It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Houston Texans.
Joey Slide to kick off for Tennessee.
Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready! Cougar 19! Go!
They'll begin here with a run with Charbonnet. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. You talk about this Titan defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Back to throw. Davidson. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive.
Ready! Ready!
He's got another one to Johnston. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down. The Texans had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
He was brought down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
2 yards still to go. Third down now.
Down! Viking 18! 18 Rattler! 18 Rattler! Hut, hut.
Looking to throw. Davidson. To the right side and intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Titans will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one, and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. It's complete to Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
48-yard line.
Ready? Here we go, here we go. 70 Timberwolves. 70 Lions. Ready,
Ward. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
Cowboy 80.
Looks like they'll move things around here. From the gun, Ward. Swinging this out for Pollard. So nothing doing there. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. You look at the defense for these Texans. And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Still needing 10 yards, now it's third down.
Here we go, shot. Cook 18, Pioneer. Let's go.
Here's Ward. And he's going to go down. The Texans come in and able to bring him to the ground. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there. On the punt, 7-yard return, and the Texans will take over. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Get it. Ready.
Charbonnet once again. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
At the 43-yard line.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 5.
Ready. Ready.
And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Let's go now. Hut, hut.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Tag. Ready.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of
45 yards rushing for him now at his first 2 carries of the ball game. Here we go now on 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Come on, set. 60. Ready, right?
Charbonnet, touchdown, Houston. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready, ready.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Here we go,
Early
here we
on,
go.
you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
Go. Deputy Lion.
Slot man moves right.
Go.
To throw is Ward. And a hook up over the middle of Pryor. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. Let's go.
Play action. It's Ward. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's good for 28 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Bronco 80. Ready.
Now Ward. Drops this underneath for Pollard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
On the set.
This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
Liking 18.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Ready, right?
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And they've been blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play. Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Throwing now, Ward. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
79 Broncos. Cougar 19.
Throwing is Ward. They'll drive this underneath to Pollard. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a letdown defensively because they had them stacked up 3rd and long, and you know their thought process had to be just make the tackle in front of the sticks and force the 3. Instead, they allowed him room to run, and now they're facing 1st and goal, looking to regroup.
Here we go. Ready?
On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Ready?
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Come on. Set. Let's go.
Pollard gets it off the option. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. Ready.
On the give, here's Charbonnet. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
3rd and 3.
Let's go now. 70 Lions. Ready, ready.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
It's fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go. 60, 70 Lions.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score.
Stephanie. Panther 60. Panther. Right there, right there. Go.
First down, it's Pollard again. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 32-yard line.
Set up. 18 Cardinal. 18.
To throw, here's Ward. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11.
Ready. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Hurt. Let go.
Back to throw. Ward. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Jake Camarda now. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's taken to the 26. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
On the
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Here we go.
And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 40-yard line.
Ready. Cowboy. Ready.
Back to throw now on first down. Right side, he has Johnston. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
That's to Schoonmaker, the tight end. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Ready up.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert.
Go.
But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Ready, right?
Looking to throw. Davidson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 26. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. You know, I think the defense is saying back to them. Why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. In motion to tight end. Here's Ward. From the gun, he'll throw. He finds his man, Pollard.
Partner, normally double coverage is reserved for receivers and tight ends, but this time they actually targeted the running back with it, and it still wasn't enough. He attacked the defense and got in a great position to haul in the catch and get a nice gain out of it.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Operating from the gun. Moore. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
On to punt is Camarda as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And they will take over first and 10.
On the ready.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they got it first and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
70 Lions. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Davidson. That one complete to Ligon. So the completion good for 7 there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
On the double. Track. Street. Cowboy 80. Hut, hut.
On the carry, Charbonnet. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 44 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Come on, set.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got it to Collins, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Ready.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 34.
Here we go, set. Ready.
On first and 10, it's Charbonnet.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Ready. 60, go.
Again, it's Charbonnet. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
Get it.
Up the middle with Brooks here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Jeremy Chin there defensively. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Now they go screen, it's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Let's go. Ready.
From the gun on 3rd down, Davidson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That's a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Luke Schoonmaker, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 17-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Okay,
the
ready.
Titans offense set to begin the drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is
a poor throw there, and it's intercepted. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Off the play fake, Davidson. Open man is Collins. He's got it. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
It's a gain of
A
28
really
yards.
good pickup of 28 yards.
First down.
That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
Another one caught by Collins. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen. But he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Let's go.
Brooks will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them. If you're going to run the football, if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of here.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Zach Charbonnet, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play.
8-yard loss on the play. And it's 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Ward. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. On now is the Titans punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Take it right on the 30. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Set. Ready.
They'll start on the ground with Brooks. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Set it. Ready.
They'll run it here with Charbonnet. There for the tackle is Trent McDuffie.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll run the draw with Brooks. They see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Cowboy 80.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
On the double.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go. Set. Bronco 80. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Go.
Out of the gun, Ward. And this one is incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10.
Cougar night. Hurt. Hurt. Right there. Right there. Hurt.
Operating from the gun. Moore. That is caught. And he will have the Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to the squad.
Again, it's Ward. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They'll look to throw again. That's taken in. Isaiah Bond. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he will have a Titans 1st down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows 1st down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Ward again. And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On the set.
Here's 2nd and 10.
60 boxes, 60 boxes.
Ward. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And he'll be down at the 46. Well, they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Out of the gun to give to Spears. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go. Let's go.
To throw is Ward. That's complete downfield to Okonkwo. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Ready.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Go. Cougar 19.
Over to something else.
Ready.
Here's Ward. Got a man and he hits him in stride. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 5-yard line.
Ready, ready. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Well, they empty the backfield and motion the running back right. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
That's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks. And you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
Cougar 19.
Going for it. Here's Ward. And he comes back with one complete. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get your reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score.
Back. Bronco 80. Ready, ready.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Ready? 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Let go.
Now Ward. Touchdown! Tony Pollard, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Now the Titans leaving the offense out there. They'll go for 2.
Let's go now.
Will line up for the
Viking,
two-point
18.
conversion.
They'll try and throw for him. And he'll get in for the score. And that's going to cut the lead down to 13.
Titans 11. Joey Slide to kick off for Tennessee.
Joey Slide now to kick off after the touchdown. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready?
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Nifty move. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 85 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready?
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here we go, set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival to get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more